Hello, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Hello. Welcome again to another stream by me, Rames Harikrishnasamy. And again, I'm streaming live from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for watching this stream. Again, a very, very awesome stream. It's going to be, I promise you, because I think it's one of my favorite. Because we're going to look at digital painting of a subject that I extremely crazy about. Again, if we can quickly look at the screen so that you guys get the idea what we're going to do for today, you will also be extremely excited because we are going to create an awesome Iron Man. Again, more focusing on the helmet. Again, whatever you see on the screen right now are created by me many, many years ago. Again, I'm a crazy Iron Man fan. I think I watch Iron Man movies like many times. Iron Man 3 specifically, I think I watched like more than 3 times. It's amazing. Again, I always love the suit, and I always think that if there's any superheroes, if we were to bring them to life, Iron Man definitely something that we can do already. I think we can fly using machines and whatever not. So that's awesome. So yeah, whatever you see right now on my screen are all created using, especially on the suit and helmet, were done using Adobe Flash. If you remember, Adobe Flash is a tool that's used to actually create a moving objects for animation. They use vector as the main like a tool or feature, I would say, the shapes, and then you start moving things around. But weirdly, when I saw the software, I go like, maybe there's something else I can do. So what I did was, again, you can do tracing and whatever not. You can use all the gradient map. They have their own gradients, and you can create shape. You can fill it up with a lot of stuff. So I start creating vector illustrations using Adobe Flash. So it's crazy. I have a lot of friends who are approaching me saying that we have Adobe Illustrator. What are you doing with Flash? And I was like, well, if I want to animate straight away, I can do that in Flash. So that's my winning point. And yeah, I was like extremely excited and to create all this. And again, I spent many hours. As you can see, that's me. Basically, I created the whole suit using Adobe Flash, and then I import the suit into Adobe Photoshop, and then I added, of course, the head to showcase that's me, right? So yeah, I'm a super, super huge fan of Iron Man. And today, we're going to look at creating Iron Man's helmet, right? So we're going to learn a new trick. I'm not sure if you guys know, but something that I would like to share is that when it comes to like helmets, again, any superheroes helmets that we have, like maybe Ant-Man or Captain America, they're always symmetrical. Like on if you draw something on the left hand side, it will replicate, like it will look the same on the right hand side, right? So we want to create something like this. Like we want to create a helmet where we will use a symmetrical feature in Photoshop. Again, something that I love to use to do my artwork. We're going to create that one. I'm going to show you how. Again, this is the same way you can use to create like faces, facial expressions. You can have like, imagine you're drawing eyes, right? Obviously, a lot of times people have still difficulties of drawing the exact same eyes over this side again. So by using a symmetrical tool, whatever you draw on the left hand side or either left hand side, it reflected on both ways. So it's amazing, this tool that I'm going to show you guys. So let's just start. So I'm using an artboard. So what is artboard is that I can have two workspace like a canvas, and I would like to use the left hand side reference of the original helmet as its 3D rendered helmet, and I'm going to try to replicate it. Not like 100%, more like I want to create my own maybe a feature and whatever not, again, so that it has some sort of like a touch from my personal ideas. And we're going to start creating that. So are you guys ready? Okay, first thing first, I want to show you guys how to create a symmetrical feature, how to turn it on. Again, let me just bring this layer here. If you see on my layer here, it's an empty layer. Just press on B. B is a brush that we're going to start, drawing and whatever not. If you notice, if you press on B, there will be a small little butterfly that will appear right on top of my workspace. I want you to press on it. Once you press, there will be few settings available for you to use. There's vertical, horizontal, dual axis, diagonal, wavy, circle, spiral, parallel lines, radial, and mandala. You can actually create a mandala using this tool itself. I'm sure you always wanted to do a mandala and you go like, oh, there's so many things that goes around it, and sometimes it might not connect to each other, but using this tool, again, maybe we will save mandala for the next round. We're gonna go for a vertical this time around. Vertical meaning, obviously, because I want everything that I draw on the left-hand side or right-hand side reflected on both sides, right? Once you're done with that, let's zoom in a bit. Just drag the line upwards like this and leave it there. There are time, okay. So once I leave it there, you'll see a line. And then if I press on B, let me change my brush into white so that you know what I mean. So can you see that? So whatever that I sketch on the left-hand side or even on the right-hand side will reflect on both sides. That's amazing, isn't it? Okay, so again, that's just a rough, like if I want to draw a butterfly, I can too. So imagine a butterfly and then the middle part here, and then, yeah. So patterns like that. So yeah, that's a butterfly. But today, we're gonna create an Iron Man helmet using this feature. So it involves a lot of like different brush sizes, also color blending and whatever not. It will be really simple. Just follow my steps, and I'm sure you can create your very own superhero helmet, right? So I have my brush ready. There's another thing that I like in symmetrical tool is that sometimes this line bothers me, the visibility of it. So I want it to be there, but I want you to hide the line. And how do you do that? Go back to when you press B, you already have that butterfly on, right? Just press on it and go down there and you hide symmetry. By doing so, it doesn't bother you. But you can already know at the back of your head, it's a symmetrical workspace. So whatever I draw will reflect on both sides, right? So let's get started. My reference is ready right beside me. So I'm going to just color pick some of it and start doing the shadings. And here's a tool. Here's the tips. In order to create a shield, like a helmet, right? It's always good to actually pick a color that is very, not to say, I'll say the very light tone area. And then you start adding the dark tone as we go on. So for this, I am going to first create the red color, because there's two parts for this helmet. There's actually like a back side of the red color steel looking helmet, and there's like a foreground, which is the yellow orangey thingy, right? So it's like stick together. So I'm going to start on the back first, try to create the shapes, and then we're going to create the front side of it. Is there any questions? Okay. Alessandra says that my best friend celebrity crush is Robert Downey Jr. Oh yeah, Robert Downey Jr. He's super good. I mean, whatever movie he acts is super nice. So let's get started. So I already have the brush ready, and I am gonna just roughly create the again, what I'm doing right now is just the rough outline of the helmet. Again, if you are new to like drawings and you have difficulties in like looking at the reference and drawing, there's always a guide. Make sure you on your ruler, that's Control R or Command R. You will get this, and then you just drag this here. Try to put in like a guide just like this, so that you know this is where the cutoff is. You know this is the eye area and whatever not. So I can also use that now. So let's draw this very quickly. Again, I'm drawing only the red areas here, and then here comes the ear part until here. Cool. So I'm gonna go down a bit here, and then slowly go down to where the mouth is, and then I'm gonna stop here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start coloring the middle part where we have it empty, like just color fill it. Again, it's beautiful, isn't it? Like only one, but if I were to do this manually, I need to like draw the ear part and then start drawing the other side of the face. So I'm just drawing just like this. Again, just using brush, smoothing 0. That looks good. Again, now we're going to do some adjustments. Let's just use eraser straight away. I don't think so mask will have that much. So I am going to just make my brush a little smaller, and I'm going to just do the cutoff part, right? Like I don't like this areas. I'm going to just make it a curve just like this. Let's make the ear slightly more longer, maybe until here. There you go. Again, it's up to you whether you want to follow exactly how the mask is, or again, follow your own idea. So there you go. I am going to just brush this area a bit. Try to get a very sharp looking jaw. There you go. And then go down and hide here. That's okay. That looks good. Okay, and then the ear part is like a sharp. Okay. Okay, here's another tip. So if you ever notice that, when coloring any facial feature or whatever not, there are times where you want to like, I wish I can just rotate the whole thing so that I can make a better curve. You can. How? Press on R. Automatically you get the rotation canvas tool on. So just press on R and you automatically can see your cursor changes to a small little hand that grabs the canvas and is ready to rotate. So I can always rotate this way. And then if I want to erase, I can do so. So I can adjust just like this. So yeah, you are in control. So whatever you want to do, you can do so. So I can even make it like upside down and start erasing stuff. There you go. Cool. And then if you want to go back to the original canvas, just press on R again. On top of the workspace, you get to see a button called Reset View. So just press on it and you are back. Okay, now that we are done with this, let me hide the guides. That is by pressing Ctrl H or Command H. There you go, perfect. And time to create the front side of the mask. So create a new layer. Let's color pick a slightly neutral orange or yellow from the helmet. There you go, there. And then now I am gonna try to create the helmet. Again, I was thinking like semi-classic, helmet. Hope that works. There you go. And if your hand is the type of a hand that it's not really steady and you have problem having a very straight lines, up there, there's actually a smoothing tool for you to turn on. So just increase the smoothing, maybe like 30% or 37%. And if you have this tool disabled, make sure under your brush settings, and how do you go there? Window, brush settings, turn on the smoothing over here, right? So you can see how it turns on and off, right? Always turn that on. And then now if you brush, you'll get a very smooth lines. Okay, so let's do that. And then here. And then I am gonna just go like that and try to create that particular yellow part of the helmet. This, and then the face. I like to create the outline first and then color fill it later. There you go, like this. Like that. Down here. And then here comes the mouth. Okay, cool. And then let's just color it very quickly. Let's turn the smoothing slightly lower so that's easier to color. Pretty cool. The shading part is the part that I like the most, where you start creating something 3D-ish. So yeah. Do we have any questions? Okay, we do have a question. We have a question by Elisandra Lopez. Question is, what is something in your career that sometimes you find not so pleasant, but it's not bad either? In my career, okay. How do I say this? Okay, probably a lot of designers, if you're watching this live, you would agree with me. Dealing with clients. So I'm gonna be really transparent. So it can be a little challenging, especially when you don't know what they want. So that's the problem, right? So obviously we are here to help. We're going to give them a solution for it, to whatever problem that they have. But they have to give us something, like some sort of like a reference, or that's when your role comes in. Like, we as a designer, we are also kind of like a consultant. You want to make sure that you give them some sort of like options, or I would say reference or mood board. Try to see whether or not is this the right way to solve their problem. If it's not, then it goes back. It's like a diagram. Yes, no, well, it doesn't work, and then you go back again, rectify the problem, and then come back. So I think dealing with client can be a problem, but then yeah, it's something that designers should learn. Else you don't really know what your client want. You just blindly do something. See, even though it's really beautiful for you, it might not look beautiful for them. So always try to learn what your client wants, and then try to see how can you provide solutions for it. So I hope I answer your question. There you go. An art mental health therapist. Oh, cool. That's so awesome. So now that we're done with the what do you call, the brushing, so I am gonna just refine the helmet. We have like sharp cut over here. Again, I am gonna just do based on my idea. So there you go, that's cool. And then I'm gonna just, okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm refining certain things. Okay, cool, that's nice. Again, see, whenever I edit something over here, it's already been fixed over there, so that's pretty cool. The super cool feature of, there you go, I'm gonna just do that and then rub that off. Pretty cool. So yeah, if you are into features of illustrating face or whatever not, so this is like the best tool for you to use to create all the features. Again, it's endless. There's so many things can be done using symmetrical tool. So now that we're done with this, thanks Flynn, we're gonna create a new layer on top of that yellow shield, and we're gonna start do like a coloring and whatever not. So I'm gonna start off with creating the eye part. So for that, I'm gonna press on D. So the D will automatically change my color palette to black and white. So B, and then I am gonna just try to create the eyes this way. Yeah, as you can see, even though it's a dual color tone, it already gives you a classic feel to it, the classic helmet of Iron Man. So I am gonna just turn on my smoothing. I need a smoother line. There you go, like this, and then I should do like that, and then like this, and then this way. There you go. Cool. Again, you always can refine it later on. There you go, like that, and then here. Perfect. There you go. Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm gonna have that thin black line that goes just like that. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with these. Again, time to add in certain stuff. Okay, I also want to mention there are some restrictions when it comes to symmetrical tool, is that you cannot, let's say for example, right, let's say I really like this part of the head and I want to do shadings. You can't use like polygonal lasso like this just to color something like this and then press on B. It won't reflect on the right hand side. So there's some limitations, something that I don't know why. I think it would be nice to have, but I'm not sure Photoshop doesn't have it. Maybe they'll have in the future. So yeah, it kind of helped me to do shading. So yeah. Next, I am going to color pick something from here, which will be the darker area here. And I am going to just drag my layer below the eye part, press on B. Let's make it slightly larger, and then dropping the color just like this. Yeah, that should work. And then I am gonna do some sort of like a cleaning to the shading. I'm pressing on D, and I'm gonna make sure my harder gets slightly more, and then I am gonna just do this. Can you see that you have like a very sharp cut? There you go, that line. If you can't see, let me just zoom in. There you go. If it's not sharp enough, what you do is you go back up to the eraser, make sure the harder is even more, and then the flow is even more, then you get a sharper line. I'm gonna just do, so there's a lot of shading play with this. So, and we're gonna erase anything under it, and then I'm gonna just change to B, E, eraser, lessen the harder part of it, and then do a shading like that. Again, I'm focusing on the top part of the head first before I go down, right? Okay, let's create the yellow shading. Okay, color pick from here. Let's go in here. Is there any questions? Are you guys enjoying the stream so far? Again, thank you for tuning in from wherever you are. This is my favorite part, like shading. I want you to just look at how the color blends, right? Like you can start creating the shininess and whatever not. That's one thing I like about Iron Man, is that we can do this. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. That's pretty cool. And then let's zoom in even more. And then let's add in the glow part here as well. There you go. Cool. Again, it's digital painting, so it's all up to you how you want to shadings and whatever not. Okay, cool. Now that we're done with these, there are a few more things that I want to create. Let's create a new layer, and then I am gonna have a bit of that glow. Yeah, just like that. And eraser, just erase there. Cool, looking good. I want to have a shading of a darker tone over here, color pick from there, press on B, create a new layer. Always create a new layer if you feel like it, so that it doesn't clash with the other colors. And then I am going to do that shading of, you know what, I'm going to bring this down so that I would have something like this. And then down, just like this. And then I'm going to use eraser to erase this. Yeah, that looks good. Again, this is based on my idea. I'm not following 100% from what I see. There you go. That looks good. And I want to add a bit more yellow tint to it. So I got a color pick from here. And then I should do this. And then let's do a shading just like this. All right. So as you can see, by building up shadings, you get to come this far. So if I hide all this, you know what I mean, right? So without shading, it will look flat. So when you start adding the shading, it will look like this. Cool. Okay, time to add the top part of the helmet. Let's go to the bottom part, which is the red color area. Press on B. Let's color pick something from the helmet. And I'm going to make my brush slightly bigger and drop the color just like that. Cool. Oh, Alessandra say, oh, I like the smooth no need to win. Yes, Iron Man. There's a lot of trolls about Iron Man anyway, about the ironing and whatever not. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to just erase the middle part here. Just like that. Again, trying to follow what the reference looks like. Okay, and then let's create a new layer on top of this and color pick from here. Then make your brush really small. And then I wanted to add that thing that comes from here to here. Okay, so but for this, let's erase the line. So again, different opacities or flow will create different effects. So I want to erase some part of this line. As you can see, it's really thick. So just brush it off just like this. You can even make it smaller, and then, you know, because we don't want very, very thick line, so that should work. And then just brush up the top part so that it's like blending smoothly, and then erase the bottom part here. just like this. And then let's zoom in even more, and let's go back the layer below and erase the darker area over here. Okay, because I am going to create more of a different color for the inner part. And then now, let's do this. So I'm going to just drop a color, which is black, just like that. And then I use eraser to erase the bottom part. There you go. And then cut the line, just like this. That to create that, you know, the inner part of the, whatever you call it, like a place where I'm sure there's a reason why there's like a shield looking thing. Okay, and then create a new layer again. Let's color pick something from here. And then let's lower down the flow. Let's add in the shininess for this. Or if you're wondering how do I get a straight line, press on Shift. So you get a straight line just like that. And then one more time. Stop there. Erase, erase, erase the middle part slightly. Cool. And then you can also play with the opacity here to lower down it. There you go. Cool. And let's create one more line over here and then erase it. Nice. And try to add in the black color part. And then let's do it. Oops, not white, but black. Yes. And then start erasing just like this. You can also expand it. Cool. And Sandra said, I'm still learning about shading. I do most traditional work. Oh, right. Yeah, it comes with a practice. And I used to be a person who like to use like gradient tool. Like for example, this gradient over here, right? Like for example, I change whatever colors that I want here and then start adding, create shape and then start adding the shading. So something that I do in a different method. But I find digital paintings like this is that you learn how to control your mouse, you learn how to create a shading better way within your control. So yeah, it comes to the practice, but yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Okay, now that we're done with these, I thought of like creating a new layer on top of the red mask and creating a black shading over here, and then let's erase using the shortcut and then shortcut. There you go. Cool. That looks good. And then let's create a new layer on top of it. Let's color pick something from the helmet. Let's zoom in even more. And then let's put in line like this. Oh, I need more smoothing. Line is not straight. There you go. Okay, time to rotate my canvas. I think easier for me to create a straight line this way. 1, 2, one more time. 2, one more time. 2. And then reset the view. Cool. Time to erase the shading. There you go. Nice. Okay, so now I probably need to erase the black part so that it's not going over. Oops, not this. Erase. There you go. Just like this. Nice. And time to create another thing, which will be the glow that I like over here. Like that. Let's lower down the flow. 1, 2. Let's lower down the opacity. Nice. That looks good. Okay, time to work on certain other things. Like for example, I need to do the shading for the helmet itself. So let's create a new layer. Let's change to a darker color. And then because it's like a flat red, so we don't want that. We're gonna have a bit of shadings, just like this. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. Next, I was thinking, let's work on the ears. Create a new layer again. It can be here. Let's color pick from the helmet. Do we have any questions? There you go. Let's change to black, I would say. Oh no, I'll color pick something even darker. Let's go over here. There you go. Cool. Okay, let's do this. So I'm gonna just color it just like this. And then let's use eraser to create the shading. Okay. And then time to work on a line for that. And then erase the shading for the bottom part. Here. Again, we're trying to create the lighting for the ears. Okay, so far I'm liking it. So what do you guys think? By just doing shadings, you know, you don't even need a 3D software. You can just use whatever that's here. I need a color. Do I have a color switch on? Yes. I need something brighter. And then to just, you know, create the shininess, you want to have more of the brightness. There you go. Cool. Again, what I can do is I can increase the lines. Yeah, looking good. Next, okay, I can't wait to work on the glow that comes from the eyes, but I need to quickly complete the bottom part first. Let's go back here. Let's color pick something from here, and then let's make sure our brush is really huge, just like these. Darker. I want to make sure that it's even more darker. Bottom part here. There you go. Good. Happy with this. Time to erase. So I'm gonna follow how's my reference look like for this. Thing's pretty cool. And then I'm gonna erase the bottom part. And then here. Yes, this is good. Next, we're gonna work on the mouth area. So let's color pick black area like this. Let's drag these up a bit. So I want to make sure that it's high up. Okay, it's black, so we're gonna create this black thing going on, I think the mouth area. So let's do a line that comes from here and then upwards. And yeah, I think we can move it up even more. Let's move it up here, here, and inside. Cool. Yes, that looks good. Dark hours. I definitely forget to, since I don't believe I can actually do this in Fresco. Yes, again, there's a lot of things that can be done in Photoshop itself. It's just that sometimes, again, there's no right or wrong, right? Fresco is for illustration and painting and for everything else. But again, since I'm a person who's been using Photoshop for freaking many years, I will explore more things. Like I can even do video in here. So I'm like #1 fan for Photoshop. So yeah. So now we're gonna go back to the black area, to the red area, masking. And we're gonna put in the black color thing here so that it connects to the mouth. There you go. I need to erase some part. It's not looking so clean. So let's do this. Nice. And then time to work on that mouth again. I want to create a more sharper look. Yes, yes, and yes. All right. He's looking angry. Okay, now that we're done with this, time to add in some yellow tint. Let's color pick from the helmet. Or maybe here, I kind of like that yellow. Let's move things up here, create a new layer, and then we're gonna, again, color it, just like this. Smoothing is pretty high up. Let's reduce it. Okay, cool. Time to work on the inner part of the mouth, which will be like this, like that. And then let's just go there. Nice. Looks good. The down part, we probably need just a bit, not so much. Okay, that works. And then we're gonna add in some glow. Let's do that by creating a new layer, and then we color pick like a bright area. I would say here, maybe, I don't know, let's see. Yeah, that is it. That's what I want. Yeah, just like that. And then we're gonna create a shading for the mouth area, which we're gonna kind of pick from there. Create a new layer. Yay, thanks, it looks great. And then I am gonna just color something from here to here. I need a darker tone, so I'm gonna go even darker, just like that and that. And then time to do the erasing so that we get a sharper lines, just like these, and erase that part. That's good. Let's go back to the mouth area here, and then let's create a new layer, and let's add in some brightness to the mouth. All right, that looks good. So, but I'm gonna erase the top part. I don't need these. All right, and then we're gonna add in some dark shadings. Let's go in here, and then let's do this dark shadings. All right, and then here. Yeah, but we need a darker shadings at the back, so I'm gonna need a darker red like this. Time to work on the red helmet, so create a new layer bottom. Again, if you notice, there's two sections to it. One is where all the orange front foreground area are. The back will be the red area. So we're gonna create a new layer already created here, and let's create that shadings of red. Just like these. Even more. Okay, shadings. Again, the more shadings you do, the more realistic it will look. This is all based on lightings as well. Okay, there you go. Sharp line. Maybe here. There you go. That looks good. And then I need even more darker line, and then try to create this like a separator for the ears. Yes, a bit more over here. And then I need to drag this up way more. Oh, that actually looks good. All right, it's getting somewhere. So I am gonna just create a new layer and add in more lines. All right, that looks good. And then let's erase just tiny bit of it. Yeah, it's getting there. Okay, cool. This looks amazing already. Loving it. I love how fast you can go. Yes, this is crazy. Like, symmetrical tool is mind-blowing. Like, I've been using to do a lot of my work. If you notice, my work needs a lot of like a crown. Again, I'm talking about my Instagram account where I post a lot of like Hindu elements. Like, for example, the crown, I use symmetricals. So whatever edit I do for the crown, the right-hand side reflects on the right-hand side. It saves so much of my time. Why don't we quickly create the glow first, and then we can go in and edit more. So let's color pick from here. And then let's go in here, make sure my flow is in a higher rate like this. And then this is what we're going to do. We're going to create the glow. So I'm creating the white area part of the eyes first. Again, you don't have to be scared of like do a mistake when you create like eyes portion or whatever. Again, you can always erase things, so it's still under your control. Okay, I like that. Again, I'm going to use eraser to do some adjustment. Right, so let's go in here so that you can see how clean your artwork can be by using all these tools. That looks great. And then create a new layer. I'm going to color pick something from that blue. And I am going to make my brush really big. And then I need even a brighter one. And let's change to overlay very quickly because I need that glow first. So you can't see the blue yet because I'm going to create that glow around the eyes area first. And then now I flow high up. It's like this. Let's change this to soft light. Okay. And then that blue will come just like this. Control Z first. I don't think you can create the glow using outer glow, but no worries. Again, we're going to erase the middle part here. I need a smoother brush. Yeah, there you go. Just like this. Again, 100% Photoshop. I'm not even inserting any stock images to create the glow. I mean, you can if you want to, but yeah, this is awesome. Let's also have a color of blue tint around it, just like this. Speaking of time, we have 15 minutes left with Rames today. Oh boy, that's fast. So create a new layer. Again, we're working on the eye part very quickly. Reduce the flow, opacity, reduce. Again, okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to create the glow, the outer glow of it. Manual work. Super manual work, but it will pay off. There you go. Looking good. And if you want to create more effects, you can always change the whatever lightings over here. Let's say I'm looking for a very light blue. There you go. I can create that. Reduce the opacity. Any questions for me? But yeah, we are creating way beyond what I thought I would create. But yeah, how do you guys liking it so far? Let's do some erasing to the yellow part here. I really like that, you know, the underneath the mouth area. I think that's pretty cool. Let's have it really sharp. Corners. Yeah, like that. Okay, we're gonna add in some glow over it. So let's press B. And then we're gonna go right on top here. Oh, I know why it's not showing, because I already have a few more elements right on top. So I'm gonna create that glow. Can you see that glow here? There you go, like that. And then just tiny bit glow at the bottom. It's come so far. Crazy how basic it starts and now how detailed it now. Yeah. So a quick glance that which I would really like to show is that Okay, I am gonna just hide my layer one by one so that you quickly get a glance how far we have come. So basically, this is the eye area part. This is the foreground of shadings that we have done. There you go, like this. And then see, this is the base. And then we're gonna hide everything else that we create for the red area, which is like this, right? So this is how we started. And now we are combining everything together just to see how it looks. Right, I'm turning everything on. Yes, that's cool. This part is super cool. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Right, so see how cool it is. Like by just using symmetrical tool and using some brushes, different sizes and colors, you get this like within seconds. Let me see if I can do a bit more stuff right on top here. I really want to add that glow over here. Glow, I really like that. So I want to make sure that I add it before I finish my task for today. I am gonna just brush these like these and ooh, I like it. This is good. Okay, this is what I want. So you can even move. Oh, by the way, you want to adjust stuff. You can even move just like this by pressing on Shift option. You can move stuff. Control T and then Shift. There you go. So I really like that. So I'm gonna leave it just like this. He's looking angry. And last but not least, I hope we still have a bit of time. So I am gonna create the shading because it's really dark out there. Black. It's a black background. So I'm gonna just put in oops, not this, not a pattern. I wanna put in darker shades of Shift G. Okay, I need a foreground. There you go. And I thought it would be nice to add in some black shadings at the bottom here. Okay, I got what you mean. So B, and then okay, let's do this. I hope we have a few more minutes. I really like adding the shading at the bottom of that mask so that it looks like you place it on the table or something. So let me do that very quickly, like this, and then just resize it. Cool. Erase bottom part. Cool. That looks amazing. What do you guys think? Oh boy, loving this. Oh, FYI, I also created another version yesterday. Again, it looks slightly different, but looks classic. There you go. Isn't this awesome? So this is like different style. It's semi-classic, but then you have two versions, 1 and 2. This is what we created for today. Yay, 5 more minutes to go. Thank you, Flynn. Thank you, everybody. Again, please take some time to practice by watching all the Adobe Live episodes. I'm sure you'll learn something new each time. And again, for everybody else who asked questions and watching online, thank you so much. And I hope to see you again this Thursday. Yes, I'm going for another stream this Thursday. And what topic? I'll reveal it on Thursday itself. Thank you so much and have a great day.